In a bustling city filled with towering skyscrapers and hurried footsteps, there lived an old man named Samuel. Samuel was a gardener, but not the kind who worked in grand estates or lush botanical gardens. Instead, he tended to the small, neglected patches of land scattered throughout the city, cracked sidewalks, abandoned corners, and forgotten spaces. Samuel's tools were simple: a rusty trowel, a pair of worn gloves, and a bag of seeds he collected from flowers he admired. Every morning he would walk through the city, planting flowers in the most unlikely places: a daisy in a crack on the sidewalk, a sunflower by a bus stop, or a cluster of marigolds near a dumpster. His work was small, unnoticed by most, but Samuel did it with great care and love. One day, a young girl named Mia noticed Samuel planting flowers near her school. She was curious and approached him. "Why do you plant flowers here?" she asked. "No one even looks at them." Samuel smiled and knelt down to her level. "Ah, but that's the beauty of it," he said. "Even if no one notices, the flowers still grow. They still bring a little bit of beauty to the world. And who knows, maybe one day, someone will stop and smile because of them." Mia thought about this and decided to help Samuel. Together they planted flowers in more places: near the hospital, outside the library, and even in the alley behind her house. Samuel taught Mia how to care for each plant, how to water them just right, and how to protect them from the harsh city environment. Weeks turned into months, and something magical began to happen. People started noticing the flowers. A tired nurse on her way home from a long shift stopped to admire the daisies outside the hospital. A stressed student sat by the marigolds near the library, finding a moment of peace. Even the grumpy shopkeeper who yelled at everyone couldn't help but smile at the sunflowers by his store. One day, the mayor of the city visited Samuel and Mia. "I've heard about the two of you," he said. "You've turned our city into a garden. How can I help?" Samuel shook his head humbly. "We don't need much," he said. "Just a little space and a few seeds. But if you want to help, why not encourage others to do the same? Plant a flower, tend to a tree, or even just water a plant. Small things done with great care can change the world." The mayor was inspired. He started a city-wide initiative called the Garden of Smiles, encouraging everyone to plant flowers in their neighborhoods. Soon, the city was filled with color and life. People smiled more, talked more, and even the air seemed fresher. Years later, when Samuel was too old to garden, Mia took over his work. She planted flowers in every corner of the city, just as he had taught her. And whenever someone asked her why she did it, she would smile and say, "Because even the smallest things done with great love can make the world a better place." Moral of the story: you don't need to do grand, extraordinary things to make a difference.